no monsoon rains, everything dried out, and they basically went ahead and did a lot of municipal properties and cut and trimmed, and they just did a great job. My hat's off to them. That's it, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to say that we're having a game day on June 6th, again, at the community center. Everybody's invited to come out. We'll have some light refreshments, so come on out. Also, the RSOC program, which I've been advertising for quite a while, is going to, the actual start date will be June 9th. That will be the first day for the kids to show up at that program. They are over there now training their mentors on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so they're really working hard, and we still have a few openings if anybody's interested. And that's all I have.
Trustee,
Sorry, 2 openings for what?
2 openings for the RSOC program.
For the children?
Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I just want to tell Trustee Washington, we do have a lobbyist that goes out there, supposed to get us grants, we're paying that person to bring this money back. Pardon? That's for anything we can get it for, wherever we can get money for. That's what the lobbyist does, goes out and finds money. So, second off, now Mr. Mayor, there's a couple of things that I wanted to bring across to the board. First of all, I saw something and I kind of questioned it. It was a flyer, but it was something that was handed to me. It says the Sauk Village Housing Commission is looking for Sauk Village residents to earn money providing lawn service for the designated homes. I thought that grant money that we got, the last I remember that we were going to get Public Works to do that. And I don't know why the Housing Commission is, we never talked about this as a board to take the money and let someone in the village do that yet. I mean, it was never brought up at a board meeting. And to have this already in print and tells what they have to have their proof of residency, this is something I think we should have talked before this was even printed out by anyone. And anytime we use the village name, even though it's Housing Commission, that's still a village entity. I think the village board needs to be part of that before we bring this out. But I last recollect that we were using the money that we got from the grant. We talked about it. And if there's anything that changed, I'm not aware of it, but it was talked about that Public Works would do it on overtime or on a Saturday or something. And that was the last, because they have the equipment, they know what they need to be done and things like that. So if we can, if we have to have a special meeting, bring it up or whatever, but for this flyer to be out, I think is kind of premature right now to hire someone or to have someone cut grass and then take the grant money, even though the grant money is grant money, but I think this village board would have the direction of which way that grant money should go. That being said, right now I'm working on some things with the intergovernmental relations in regards to home ownership, and I will be bringing that back, and also I would like to get a meeting with Gary, Housing Commission, because I'm trying to do some things through our legislators. And I think that Housing Commission should be involved in a couple of the things I'm trying to do, so we've got to try to get a meeting together so we can go over that. With that being said, that's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Oh, also, I just wanted to say, last week, there was a walk-a-thon in Bloomtrail High School, at Bloomtrail High School. It was very, very, very well attended. They did it inside the gym. You must have maybe 300 or 400 people there. It was a Cure for Cancer walk-a-thon. There was a lot of people there from all over. It was my first time attending something like this, but it was an awesome event. And it was in Bloomtrail High School in the gym. the next time they have something like that, I want to publicize that even more so we can get more people out there, more people to represent, more people to be involved in it. Because that's something that's nationwide. And I think it was very, very well attended. There's a lot of people from Sauk Village. They had different groups. The Boy Scouts were out there, and there was other groups that represented from the village that were there too. But that's all I have. But I just wanted to say that we should, next time it happens, I think we should come out because all of our kids filter into Bloom Trail High School. Yes, it is. Yes, this is the grant money that we got for $75,000. No, that's why we have to, as a board, talk about that before it goes any further. That's why I was bringing it to the attention of the board so we can decide on, because the grant money comes in, just like any other grant, you apply for it. So that's what. Okay. All right. So that's all I have to say.
Before we go to Trustee Williams, we've got tornadoes in the area right now, and we've got 70-mile-per-hour winds and some hail, so they're asking everyone that's inside the municipal building to stay in here. They should be calling us when we get you all clear. But they're asking everyone, don't leave until we know for sure everything's clear, right? So,
I got water around.
got ice and freezer. Trustee Williams.
And everybody with these long reports. Now, hair's gonna get wet. Well, my mom would talk. Okay, a couple different things. The South Village Church of God this Saturday is having a spaghetti dinner from 12 to 2. It's open to the public. So anybody who would like to come out, and that's at 2301 Torrance Avenue, 23001 Torrance Avenue. It's the last church on Torrance. So if you guys want to come out to that. There's a new updated Sock Talk that's on the back table. Due to reprinting for time-sensitive materials had to be done, so that's on the back table. We talked earlier about the pants ordinance being in the next Sock Talk. As a reminder, the next Sock Talk is not until July. So think about that before we want to do that.
Website.
The website would be a good idea, be glass. Ma'am, you talked about garbage cans earlier. I know that on Merrill, between, I want to say it's like maybe 219th in Merrill, and there's one other one. There's garbage cans on those corners. I do believe that residents on that corner have put garbage cans in that corner, and they take the garbage out to be, like onto their own property, to have that disposed of. I know Trustee Morgan has talked about before about everybody kind of pitching in on their own block. That may be something you want to talk to about with your residents, with your neighbors, to see if everybody puts in $5 or whatever. Maybe there can be a garbage can on your corner, so then some of the responsibility can be shared. I know that on that corner, that's what it is, because it's not a village. We can talk after the meeting because we'll be here for a while. But it's not a village garbage can, so I did want to say that. And then tomorrow we'll be having a public relations committee meeting. And lastly, I would just like to say that I had the opportunity last week Thursday to attend a South Suburban Mayor's Management meeting, as the mayor could not that day. And just the one thing I would like to say, I'm not going to get into the meeting, I will be giving the notes to the mayor so he can present that information. One thing I would like to say is I had the opportunity to sit with the village of Thornton. The mayor of Thornton was very gracious, and their village manager was actually leaving. And so we had a bunch of trustees and we talked, and I had the opportunity to see some of the mayors that I've spoken to in the past, some of the village officials that I've spoken to in the past. And the one thing that every single one came to me and said, Sauk Village is on the rise. They said Sauk Village looks so different. They all said that they were so happy with the progress that Sauk Village has made. And if anybody has stuck around through the past administration and before that, you know how we were, we know how we got, we're on our way back, and every person that knew that I was from Sauk Village came up to me. And I was part of that past administration So I would just like to say thank you for that. And that's all I have.
All right. Go through some of this. I have a lot of things real quick I'm gonna try to cover, and then I wanna make sure, I'm gonna talk about grass cutting. But, this last week's been a very busy week. Kind of the residents, something to work on was where I attended Tourism Day at, over in Lansing. So, it was a good kickoff, and, again, getting Sauk Village out there, we didn't have a lot of tourism, but when people do come in the area, you want them to come to Sauk Village. So, we got that. On Thursday, I attended a broker's open house, and where Sauk Village was showcased, and we talked about our tips, and I put some stuff up here after on my Facebook page. Make sure you get out there and take a look at and show some of the new marketing material that we have for our TIF, especially over where WSI used to be. We've got attended a meeting about the cutting of the grass, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, about the funding and stuff we received. And we'll talk a little bit about how we received this funding and what's happening. And had a meeting with Enbridge about a future project coming up. And we did that on Friday, Saturday, cleanup day, had fun. And as our trustee said, we were out there, we go by a house and see a TV sitting on the side of the house. Out there knocking the door, see if they let us take that TV from. So just driving up and down the streets and going from house to house. A couple other things, Rickover Junior High graduation, May 29th at 7 p.m. Make sure I made that announcement. The Cook County Animal Rabies Control Mobile, the mobile unit is going to be going out and about. They've got rabies and things like that they're getting shots for. They have no prices to get it done. If you want to know where they're going to be located, go to www.cookcountyil.gov and find out where that mobile is going to be located. Also on June 5th, there's a Summit of Hope. It's from the Illinois Department of Corrections and Department of Public Health. A lot of our state representatives are hosting this. And again, some of the things that they're going to be offering is talk about state identification, counseling, sheltering, family care, and support, priority health care referrals. And the list goes on and on. I don't kind of read all these things. So if you're interested, make sure you let me know. I think we sent it out. It's of course on my email, it's on my Facebook page, for the mayor's Facebook page. And I'll make sure that I forget to send it out to e-blast. So, some of the things going on. Cutting of the grass, and just so we can talk about this real briefly. The grant money that was received, it's not in our hands. And here's what the program is. It's $75,000 of grant money that went to the Housing Authority. The Housing Authority is a commission. The Housing Authority is no different than I don't like comparing them because not really comparing, but the Parks and Recs, they get their money, they have their programs. This is a program that is put on by the Housing Commission. And the Housing Commission is following the rules and guidelines that is put out by the county. And did have a meeting on this last week with the Housing Authority. So the way it works is the Housing Authority gets people to come in, helps mow the grass, and the money, which is about $75,000, is not in the village's hands. What they do is they provide all the paperwork coming from the Housing Authority, the Housing Commission turns it into the county to deliver those funds to pay. So you're right when you say that we're going to also offer to village employees, but when you start looking at the cost of overtime, they'll be eligible also to mow the grass, but number one, I don't want to sound bad or anything, but our village employees have jobs. We're looking for people that need jobs and get the money back into our community. So I support 100%. The Housing Commission is looking to see if there's individuals out there, and again, they've got all their information based off the county. The county has provided them everything they need to make sure they have, and it talks about make sure they're over a certain age, and I haven't seen that flyer, so some of the things we talked about was about the things that they have to do. So the county has already given the Housing Commission the okay to go ahead and start cutting grass, and we know we've got high yards, so they're moving forward and doing that plan.
Just like I did with, we have our
already talked about this, we had talked that we were gonna use public works. I have no problem with that. If they wanna go a different route, that's no problem. But I thought it would have at least been brought before the board. You said you met with them, but I asked a couple of trustees, they didn't even know anything about this. I was thinking that maybe, we have no problem, I'm not trying to micromanage, I don't think any other trustee here is trying to micromanage anyone else's committee or commission or whatever. But we do bring it to the board, to the whole, in what direction or whatever direction that any of us decide to go. When Parks and Rec has games, they bring it to the board and say, okay, I gotta have referees, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. I mean, the money is still Sauk Village. Even if it is a housing commission, it's still part of Sauk Village. Common courtesy would say, okay, we're gonna go in a different direction. I'd like to meet with the board at committee meeting, and we can discuss everything else at committee meeting. We can just discuss at least what we would have known about it. I mean, there's a few trustees here that I asked about, they didn't know anything about it, I didn't know anything about it. And I just asking, why weren't we informed that they were doing this, and where are they putting these flyers so people, as you just said, that don't have jobs can apply for this? I haven't seen any of these flyers in any of the businesses, and I frequent most of them. So that's why I'm asking, things like that, if that's happening, then we should at least know, Mayor, and that's all I'm asking, that we be at least well aware of what's going on, that's all.
I just want to make sure one thing is clear, trustee. Sauk Village does not have this money. And I don't want anyone to go out there thinking that Sauk Village is holding a $75,000 grant. This money is held through the county, and we have worked with the Housing Commission all along. And the Housing Commission is the one who went to the county to get this program up and running. They've worked closely with the county, so I just want to make sure that everyone's aware of that. Sauk Village is not holding the money, and that the Housing Commission works through the county as the work is completed. They turn in all their documentation, all the reports that has to be turned in, and then the county sends the money for the work that's being
Right,
done.
but I mean, that's no problem. I'm not asking about the money, I'm just asking when you go into, the last direction there was one thing. When they changed direction, what's wrong with bringing it before the board? Then they know that they're, okay, we're gonna do it this way, we're gonna put out a flyer, we're gonna ask for residents that are qualified or whatever to apply for this. Not just do it, and then we don't find, at least I didn't know anything about it. I'm not talking about the money. The money's regulated. Yes, it is. I didn't even say money. I'm talking about information. When this is put out, should we at least know that this is the direction that the housing committee is going in, rather than to find this out at another time when it's already started? Because this is out there now. People are applying for. Where they put the flyers at? Where? Where are they doing? It's only where are the flyers being presented? I haven't seen them at the store. So if it's for all the Sauk Village, then we should at least kind of know what's going on. I don't even know if it's on the website. I haven't seen it. I looked on the website yesterday when I got this. I didn't see anything on the Sauk Village website. So that's what I'm saying. So if it's going to be out there, if it's for all the residents, it should go where the vehicle is at, then the vehicle is the Sauk Village website.
Right? Yeah, I think
That's all I was asking. That's all I was asking.
I think first of all, next committee meeting, we can ask them to come give us an update. But I think what you have to remember is you're getting committees and commissions mixed up. The commission does not, no commission answers to the board. Commissions make recommendations, they run the commission, that's why they are commissioners. So I think the village board needs to be very careful and realize that I encourage you to go out there and check the state statute, where it talks about who the commissioners answer to.
So they can run a village, because this still says Sauk Village. Use the Sauk Village name, they can run a village, whatever, entity, without informing the board.
Well, I think if you look at like zoning commissioner, police and fire commission, they are completely separate entities.
But zoning commission is very advisory. They advise us. We have the last say so in the zoning. They advise us whether to go this way or to go that way. We can choose to take that advisement, or we can choose not to. But ultimately, the village has to say so. I'm not asking the
But not
council.
the police and fire.
No, the police and fire is different, you're right. So, but now, if this fall, but at least when it comes to something like this, when it comes to hiring people in the village, I think we should at least know about it as trustees, and I think it should be put in the vehicle as the website, so everyone else should know about it. But I mean, it's not, I haven't seen it at the stores, I haven't seen it on anywhere.
Safety, can you just admit that maybe, okay, I agree, maybe there should have been some more information, but now, next 2 weeks from now, we can have that next community meeting and get the actual information.
And I think it'd be great for them to come to the board and say, here's what we've done, here's how many houses we've already gotten cut, you know.
Mayor, where are these applications? Where are these being placed at? Where can anyone get, because like I said, some people may want to do this. Where can they get an application? If I hadn't brought this in, it wasn't going to be talked about.
No, there's on my list to talk about.
But it still should have been at least somewhere where we can kind of know as trustees that this is going on, so we can pass it on to the people that may need to do this in the village. We all are trustees. All the trustees know people in the village that may need to do this. They may need to, they may want to do this. All I'm saying is it should have been something that it should have been talked about, so all the trustees would know. At least talked about. I'm not asking to run anything. I'm not asking to regulate anything. I'm asking to inform. And they should inform the board.
All right. Yes.
So just to get clarity, so like the neighborhood watch committee, if I write a grant and we have money, I have to ask the board, can we spend it? But the commission, like the Human Relations Commission, if we raise money, we have to ask the board, can we spend it? How we spend it? Get approval to spend it?
There's a difference between a committee and a commission. The only thing I can tell you is, first of all, go back to your state statute and read the differences and how they report and their structure. Okay. Now, when you talk about committees, everyone has their separate committees. Everyone is free to run your committees the way you want to. Trustee Boston hasn't come and asked the village board for approval for every single event and program he has. Trustee Williams, she works on the soft talk and other things. You know, students every day. She doesn't come and ask the board for permission on what she does. So again, there's certain things, and I understand the trustee wants to be able to know more what's going on. I have no problem with that. Maybe the communication probably wasn't where it was supposed to be, but everything has happened in the last 24 days. That's how fast everything went. So the meeting was held on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday with the county. My days are mixed up.
No, this just happened.
So the meetings were held, I think, last week, or late last week. I met with the Housing Commission this week, and I lose track of my days, so I took my son with them yesterday. So everything has been moving pretty quickly on this. The county just gave us the Housing Commission the approval to move forward and start addressing the houses that are abandoned and start getting into these abandoned properties.
So basically, he is within rights to do what he's doing. We just want more information on what he's doing and where it is, so all the residents can be privy to apply. That's what you're saying, trustee? Or basically. But he has a right as a commission. They wrote the grant to delegate and do what they want to do, basically.
So, I mean, the commission had a special meeting on, we'll have on May 21st to talk about the grass cutting summer program for 2014. They're establishing, make sure they're establishing all their cut policies, they're establishing cutting procedures, requirements, cutting scale time frame, establish grass cutting locations and addresses. So again, they've got the special meeting notice out. The commission's having it, they're making sure they have everything they're supposed to, which one thing that we discussed. So, all right. Anything else? The fire chief called me, so hopefully he can say we can go. All right, if we don't have anything else, that's a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yeah, motion second, all in favor, say aye. Meeting adjourned.
Diversity workshop Friday at 6:30 in the senior center.